Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. So, your session will be live on the link given in the chat box. Please join in there. So, were any one of you able to solve the challenge we gave last time? And your sessions have started for Node.js, right? Your sessions have started for Node.js. So, probably this will be the last session on for your JavaScript refreshers. We'll just give 5 more minutes. People are still joining in. For those who are joining in at Google Meet, please make sure you join the link in the chat box. So, was anyone able to complete uh, the work I have given last time? So, only one answer from Sufyan. How about others? So, we just wanted to work around with this particular solution. Yeah, which we had a products and we wanted to do the filter, convert, map, and return the final name of the arrays. Okay, so that being said, we have. Uh, Okay, so last time we have done a good discussion around for filter map and other things. This time around, what we are going to do is we will start with another very important aspect, which is what we call as truthy and falsy values. Okay, what are truthy and falsy values in JavaScript? And this is quite different. Like you must be knowing, when you start with your JavaScript implementation, you have a Boolean value, right? You have the concept of Boolean, and based on that Booleans, what we do is okay. I'm still keep connecting. A lot of people coming in right now. Just yeah, for those who joining on Google Meet, please make sure you join the link on YouTube. The session is going on there. Yeah, any questions you can unmute here and ask. Okay, so we'll come back to this part later on. And so we have got truthy and falsy values in JS. So what are those truthy falsy values when it comes to JavaScript? So in JavaScript, we have concept of not only true and false, we have got the concept of truthy and falsy. Yeah, we have got the concept of truthy and falsy. So if you look at it, that concept, see, false as a boolean value is the boolean false value, is the boolean false value. At other hand, we have got zero. So what that will be considered as what? If you are trying to check a condition, and that condition is giving you, like if it is just checking it against a number, that zero will be considered also a false value. Yeah. So zero is also considered to be a false value. Then negative zero is also considered to be a false value, even though it should not be there. But yeah, even though it should not be there, but that is also a falsy value. Then a big int zero, which comes like zero n, that will be also considered as a false value. Then an empty string will be considered as a falsy value. Then null, which is absence of any value, is also considered to be a false value. Then we have got undefined in JavaScript, that is also considered to be a false value. And there is an error which is called as not a number. Yeah, it is also considered to be a falsy value. On other hand, we have got truthy values. Yeah. What are the truthy values in JavaScript? And I'll show you how they are useful when you go into an application. So obviously, first is what? The boolean true will be true. Then any non-zero number will be true. Then non-empty strings will be true. Then arrays, even if empty. Okay, array, even if empty, will be considered as what? True value. Objects, even if blank, will be considered as what? True value. And your functions, even if blank, will be considered as what? True value. So these are all your truthy values. And if you check, the output is going to be quite simpler here now. See, const x is equal to blank array. Now, how do you check? Normally, how do you write condition and how do you check them? See, there is a concept, right? Can you, anyone in the chat window, help me out? Like whenever you want to check a condition, how do you check that condition in a if block? Like consider x is a boolean value, or you want to check x is a number. So if you want to use this number in your expression, how will you do that? Anyone? Anyone can help out, like, if it is okay, how do you use that? Am I audible? Am I audible to you all? Can anyone help out? No one is responding. Am I audible? Yes, no, something. Just put up a thumbs up if you want. Am I audible to you? I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you. I thought my mic was off or something and no one was responding. Okay. So see what will happen here. Consider x is a blank array. Okay. X is a blank array. So how will I check that? See here it will say if x. Now this is very powerful stuff from JavaScript. I'll say console log. If this matters, I will say truthy. Else I will say console log false. Okay. Now let's see what happens. So I say node space truthy falsy values, and it is truthy because it is a array. Even if it is empty, it is okay. Then if I say x is equal to 0, let's see what will happen now. So it says falsy. Yeah. If I take x is equal to a value, it says truthy. But if I get rid of the name and only keep the blank value, it becomes falsy. But even if it comes with a space, it will become truthy. So what are the possible values you can keep on checking here? See, what are the possible values I kept on checking here is, first I started with a blank array, then I went for 0, then I went for what was that? I took an empty string, then I gave a string with a value. Okay. And see, there are a lot more things. You can even check objects. Now this is also very important. For consider, you have an object. So when you use a blank object, see, it is still giving you truthy. So if an object has a value, but if it is null, yeah, if it is null, see, it will give you falsy. So what all things I have checked, even if blank object, and even if null values and so on. So see why it is used and what we are trying to understand. Have you seen there is a loader which keeps on going on in your application? Okay, I'll show it to you from a UI point of view. From a UI point of view, how does it looks like and works like? Okay, see, now you have a, let's say, a page. On a page there is a table. On a page there is a table. Now the data for this table is going to come from backend, let's say from node.js. Okay. Now the thing is, we are maintaining this data in an array called as const data, which I keep for null initially. Okay, then you know what I do? I will say if data, I will write the render logic, whatever I want to render it here. On other hand, on other hand, if the data, now if data is null, right, what will happen? I will be writing some asynchronous code here. I will be writing some asynchronous code. What should happen here is, based upon all my asynchronous code, till the point the data is coming in here, the data is null. But the moment my data reaches here, this will no longer be null, so the render logic will be applied. But in the other case, when the data starts, when the data is pointing to null, you know what I'll do? I will use a placeholder. And a placeholder nowadays is like, that spinner. which keeps on spinning, and it will show you that the data is loading. Are you understanding why do we have to make use of truthy and falsy values? Why do I need to make the use of truthy and falsy values? Because this will allow me to not only like keep on checking in the conditions, but with truthy falsy values it becomes easier for me to maintain the business logic on my application. Yeah, so this is very important aspect when it comes to truthy and falsy values in JavaScript. Yeah, this is very important when it comes to truthy and falsy values. So you know what we'll do next is, quickly as always, let's take your code share, and on my code share let's add up this code so that you can start working on it quickly. Or have you started working with GitHub now? If I push this to GitHub, will you be able to take it from there? That will be much better option for me as well. So truthy and falsy values, I'll just commit. Okay, so this is done, and now you can just go here, check, and see the truthy falsy values are there. I am posting the link in the chat box. Please take it up from there. So truthy and falsy values is something we have done right now. I would like you to try this out practically quickly. It's a very small example, but very useful. Okay, so we have done with truthy and falsy values. So can we proceed now? Let me know if anyone is facing any error issues so that I can help you out. Perfect. So what we will do next is so this was all about truthy and falsy values. Next thing, what we will do is about, okay. So the next thing, what we will start around is something what we call as object. Yeah. Next thing, what we are going to start is object destructuring. Now, object destructuring is again a very what you can say an important concept when it comes to React-based applications, Node-based applications, and so on, and very interesting also. So, how does the object destructuring works? So here is we'll do a simple example again, and that will help us to understand this. So we have got object destructuring. Okay, and in my object destructuring, what I do is okay. So under our object destructuring, what we need to do is we have got, consider we have got an address object, const address, and under my address I have got, let's say, city Mumbai, state Maharashtra, pin code 400001, and then I have got my country India. Okay. Now, if I want to take out these values of city, address, country, pin code in a single variable, what will be my traditional approach? See, traditional way of doing this would be what, const city is equal to address dot city. Okay. Then const pin code is equal to address dot pin code. Const country is equal to address dot country, and const state is equal to address dot state. Now believe me, sometime the objects you get from some other places, they are very big objects. Yeah. So sometime that object can contain 20-25 value. So at that time, JavaScript has come up with what? Yeah, in ES6, they came up with a concept of object destructuring. Okay, they come up with the object concept of object destructuring. You know how this, how they say, you will consider you have an object, like what is the object we have right now is address. Now address have variables, let's say a, b, c, d, e internally. So what will you do? You will use the const keyword. You will start with the pair of curly brace is equal to whatever is your source object. So in our situation, what is the source object? See, there are three parts to it. First, this will normally it is const. You start with the pair of curly braces. You start with the pair of curly braces. Then you have a source object. Yeah, you have a source object. Then whatever keys you have, so you can specify the key here. Whatever key you want. So for example, key 1, key 9, key 12, and so on. So whatever keys you provide will be there. So if you check out our object, what will happen? It is equal to become what, address. In my situation, what do I want here? Let's say I want to take out pin code and city. So I will do what, const. What are the key I want? I want pin code and I want city. So this is how destructuring will work. See, and they become a normal variable. So I'm commenting this. How do we do that? So I'll say const curly brace is equal to what is the source object, address. Now what do I want? I want city and I want, let's say, pin code. And when I say console log city, city, pin code, pin code, and if I say node space object destructuring, see, city, pin code, they are giving. Now it is not compulsory that I have to take out everything. I can basically take out some other values as well. For example, yeah, for example, what I want to do next is consider here I already had const state is equal to Maharashtra, where I have written completely in like complete word, but here in my city, sorry, in my address city state was MH. So now what will happen if I try to see, if I try to extract state from here, because that will now give a problem. What is the problem? Because state is already defined, we cannot redeclare it. Those variables are getting redeclared, which is a big problem now. So this is a issue which we need to address. So what will happen if you already have a variable which you are trying to destructure from an object? So obviously you will get into an error like the block is already described. In that situation, you can do the renaming. You will say that I want to destructure state from address. So you know what I'll do, first thing is I'll show you that what it is printing. So I'll say state. I just want to show you two ways of how it is done. First, when I comment this, so there was no state variable outside. So here my state was mh, but the moment I add this, this will result in an error. So here I am going to show you how do you rename. So what I can say that I want to destructure the state variable, but I want to get it out like an st. Okay, I want to get it out like st. Why? Because I already have a variable by a state name. So I will say now this time I'll say it is st, like the variable name you have taken out with. So here this time st become what's Maharashtra. So this is a problem which you will face whenever you work with this sort of implementation. You will face this issue. Yeah. So I will push this, and there is one more part to this which I want you to understand, but first try this out. Object destructuring, part 1. So this is your object destructuring file. I am posting this in the chat window. Yes, it is like extracting. Sorry, Sufyan, I just saw your message. Yeah, but it is like extracting the values you want. Yeah, can we try this out quickly? Okay, so next part is where we will understand how do you do this with functions. Now, the big requirement of object destructuring is when you pass the data between the functions in JavaScript, basically in a Node component or in a React component. When you do that, it is very important part. So here, what we will address up next is destructuring and functions. How do this thing work? Okay. how will this particular part work. So consider I create a simple function. Let me call it as display address, and you give me an address object. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. And I'll do what? Console log. uh, so I'll just add up one here. Then I'll say console log address dot city, address dot state, address dot pin code, address dot country. And when I make the call, I will say display address. So here, see Mumbai MH. This is happening. Yeah, this is a simple object. But as I said, you will see how do we do the destructuring. Like destructuring for all these variables, can how can it be done? So I'll say const city, pin code, state, country is equal to, we have got address object, right? This is how we normally do. This is how we normally do destructuring. But if I want to apply this destructuring in a function, I can even do that here. Given that display address new way. Okay, I'm just adding up new way here. And if you know the incoming parameters, you know what you can do. You can just copy this much part and consider this as a part of your. You can consider this as a part of your function. And now this is the second way, so I'll just add up two here. And this time I don't need to pass address city. I can simply just say city, state, pin code, country, and this all variables will be coming up from here now, whatever we have been passing. But obviously we need to make a call for it. So I say display address new way, and I pass the address object. So you can see in my output it is like same thing, but this time what will happen when you pass the data between React components or Node components? You're passing an object which consists of lot of detail, but you don't want everything. You only want, let's say, three or two of it. So at that time you can use destructuring very efficiently here and get your work done. Okay, so this is my object destructuring part 2. Same link, try out. If you can just go back to the same link which I have listed earlier, you can just try that out and it will give you the same function which we have added up earlier. So I go back, and if I refresh, so the new function has been added up here. You can try this out. Okay, are we done with this part? Added the new functions. Okay, so after this we have got something what we call as spread operator. Okay. Next we have got is spread operator. Okay, so under my spread operator is used for, as we say, spreading the element of an array into another array. So simple implementation is, first it is denoted by three dots, one two three. Okay, dots we use here. Then we have got array. So if you are doing that with an array, how do you do that normally? Is okay. So if you're doing that for an array, you will inside an array use dot 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 operator, that is spread operator, and when you are using it with object, you will use it as again with dot dot dot. So it is denoted by three period symbol or three dot symbol. Why it is used? To spread the elements. It is used for spreading the elements or keys from one array slash object to another. Okay, so simple. Let's say const first is equal to 1 2 3, const second is equal to 4 5 6. You know the output what I am looking for is 1 2 3 ABC 4 5 6. How can I give it a try first? Yeah, how can I give it a try? So if I say const combined is equal to first dot concat, first dot concat, what do I need to concat? A comma B comma C. Then I also need to concat second, and then it will give me the output what I'm looking for, like console log. Consider the first is like this, second, and then I have got this combined one. So we have got, we're looking for spread operator. So see, 1 comma 2 comma c, and then, oh, I made a mistake. This has to be a, b, and c. Okay. So this is how it will give me an output when it comes for 1, 2, 3, and the other one next. But if I change my output to look like this now, I want 1, 2, 3, then I want A, then I want 4, 5, 6, then I want B. How will I do this time now? So when I want to do this concatenations, I will have to do const combine 1 is equal to first dot concat A dot concat second dot concat B, and then if I say console log combine, sorry, combine 1, what will happen? See, this time it is 1, 2, 3 A, 4, 5, 6 B. But this is becoming like, as and when I keep on increasing the complexity, this will be a problem. This so many concatenations. So at that time, you know what I can do is, let's use the spread operator. So I'll say const combined const combined with spread operator is, you'll start an array first, simple. Then this is like a taking a clone. So you'll say dot dot dot. See what will happen if I just say first comma A comma second comma B. It's not that this will not work. Huh? Console log, I say combined with spread is combined with spread operator. See, but if you see the difference here, it has become an array inside an array. I don't want an output like it. I want an output like this: 1, 2, 3 A, not array of 1, 2, 3 A, array of 4, 5, 6 B. No, no, I don't want that. So when, see, this is how you, when you try to combine array inside an array, that will happen. Now I don't want the array, I want the element. If I want the element, I will spread it. See, this is how you spread it. This way it becomes easier to understand. If you see the output this way first, it will become easier for you to understand. See, now with the spread operator also, I am getting the same output. Is this clear? Are we clear on this? How this is working? Simple as this. Yeah. This is how you deal with the spread operator. Yeah. This is how you deal with the spread operator. So next is spread operator gives you the shallow copy. Yeah, you can use the spread operator and it will be a shallow copy, and you can simply just start to use that operator in your application. See, I'll show you. If you want to clone an application, and this is one of, like, it was a very good question, Sufyan. We'll be coming to that part now. First, next is what I want to do, the cloning without disturbing the actual copy. How will I do that? See, let's say const clone first. So I can simply say dot 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 first. Okay, and then as a console log clone first, it should give me the copy of my which part, Tarun, like the previous one with the spread operator, or this cloning part? See, I had two arrays. Consider I had an array of 1, 2, 3, right? And I have an array of second, which was 4, 5, 6. What I wanted to do is, I wanted to create an output like this: content of first array, then a variable, then content of second array, then another variable here. Okay. So first, what I did is, see, now focus on the output. Yeah? Focus on the output. First way I tried was what concatenating everything using the concat function. Yeah, I tried was what concatenating everything with concat function. So I had got first concat a dot concat second dot concat b. So this time, what is happening? Just a minute. Sorry. Ah, okay. So here what we did first operation was first concat of a dot concat second dot concat of b. So that was fine. Then I tried another way. I said first in an array, I said first, then A, then second, then B. So this time what happened? Let's see the output. When I combined it with spread, can you see this was the main array? But inside this, rather than getting, see, this was also the main array, but inside all were elements. So, but the problem was that when I was using the element in the second way, see, when I said first and second, how it happened? I got the whole array, then the keyword A, then the whole second array, and then the B. So this way, what happened? It was just going on and on and on, and giving the problem. Not the problem, but I didn't want the array. I wanted the element of the array. So is this clear first? Is this part clear first? That what we are trying to do here? What is the output we are getting? This is not the output we are looking for, but this is what we are getting. So here the spread operator allows me to do what? If I use the spread operator before this, it will allow me to see. Now what will happen after I do this? The element of the first array are used straight away, but the second is still that. Second is still in an array. How can I fix that? Here I will say dot 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 second, and this time it becomes like it is spreading the element of one array into another. Okay. Now spread operator is also used for cloning. So this is how we do the cloning part here, where we are cloning the element from the first array into the second. So this is also it about it, very important part. Yeah, we are cloning the elements. Then there is very important use case when it comes to the spread operator. Yeah, when it comes to the spread operator, there is another very important use case. So what is that? Console log. Okay, const grades is, let's say, C, A, B, D. So I want to sort them out. Yeah, so console log, if I say original, so these are my grades. Now what will happen? I want to sort them. So I'll say const sorted is equal to grades dot sort. This is good. Then I'll do what? Console log sorted sorted. So this was original, this was sorted, and if I tell you that if I print original, I want to see what was the original still pointing at. Any wild guess what will original be pointing at now? What will be the output of original? Will it be CABD or ABCD now for original? Yeah, what do you think? So the output for original will it be CABD or ABCD? Okay, let's see. See, here it was ABCD. The reason being, sorted function will change the actual array, which I don't want. The problem is I had an original grades element. Now there might be a possibility that someone else must be using it in a different way. Without sorted element, it was being used as a different element, which will create a problem here. This is a problematic scenario. So what we will need to do here is, if I don't want this, if I don't want this behavior, this is the original behavior we were looking at. And how do I get rid of this? See, I will clone it. So that way, I will not make the changes in the actual copy. So if you see what happens now, so original was this, sorted was this. Now the original comes back to CABD. Yeah, just by making use of this. So I'm pushing this to the repo. This is spread operator for arrays. Okay, so this is pushed. This is your spread operator. Now I am pushing the link in the chat box. Please take it up from there. Okay, is this done? Yep, this part is done, right? Okay, so the next part in my spread operator is for objects. Now with objects, it is again very simple. Thing is, let's say spread operator with objects. Now what will happen with spread operator in objects? So consider const name is equal to, I just create a variable by the name Zartab, and const profession is, let's say, see, I just want to use a different key so that it becomes a, I'll say corporate trainer. Okay. Now I want to just combine this object. So I'll say const combined object is equal to, I can say dot name, comma, and I can what, let's say I would like color black. Then I want to use the variable, so I'll say profession, and I'll say console log combined object, and see if I execute this, I'll get this whole object. I just need a minute. Okay, so this is how you make use of a combined spread operator object. So spread operator. Okay, why is my keyboard not working? Spread keyboard is somehow not working.